Testing. 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 Testing, testing. Testing. Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing. Hello everyone, how you doing? How you doing? How you doing? Can you hear me? Can you see me? Just make sure everything sounds okay before we get going. I think the audio should be good. Everything should be good. Okay, excellent, excellent. Hey, everyone. Yeah, man. This is great. Thank you, everyone, for coming, man. Yeah, I really appreciate this. This is awesome, man. I wasn't expecting so many views on the last live stream, to be honest, because live streams don't do that great. But yeah, there was so much interaction on the last one, and yeah, and almost 1,000 views on that. So I'm really chuffed with that, man. Thank you, everyone, for coming and commenting. So listen, I'm gonna like jump straight in and just tell you everything what's going on, and I want to try and make this one really short because the last one went on for an hour. So I will take questions definitely, but just wait until the end. And when I say that I can take some questions, and then I will try and answer anything that you have or anything you need to know. So basically, what happened is, I forgot to put the picture in there. Oh my god! Let me see if I can get that up and show you. 1 second. This picture should have been in the live stream. As you can see, I'm still trying to figure this all out for myself. I don't even know if you're gonna have to see this because it's. Let me turn my screen brightness down. See if that will work. Sorry, these amateurs. It's not working, is it? Can't. It's not even focusing on that. Okay, basically, what that was the quote we got from PCB Way regarding the price of the metal machining for the wing grip and the roll cage, and it came out at $58. Now, obviously, we released the wing grip and roll cage last week, and someone messaged me on Instagram and told me that the best price they got on PCB Way was $128. I think it was around $128. So then we tried to go online and resubmit to PCB Way and to JLC CNC and a few others, and the cheapest we got was $103. So yeah, it came out really expensive, and obviously, as I said many times before, the goal of this whole alt cine thing was never to it wasn't about the money to make money. It was all about just creating stuff, a community, everybody getting involved, and just figuring out new ideas. And when people obviously use our stuff, we wanted people to get ideas and start creating their own stuff as well, because we don't want to create stuff all the time. We want to buy stuff and use stuff too. So that was the whole plan. But unfortunately, because of the prices now, they're so high on the machining websites that we just thought, you know what, it's better if we just make everything free. So make the STLs for the wing grip and roll cage free. We've got a little tiny battery for the Blackmagic Micro coming out. We're going to make that free. We've got the slinger, so you can see the slinger here. We're going to go through the slinger in a minute, but we're going to make the STLs for that free as well, because yeah, I mean, what it's going to allow us to carry on working on the CinePi, because our ultimate goal is to work on the CinePi, to get the CinePis up and running, have these amazing professional looking cameras that shoot great footage. But because they take up so much time to do, all of these little bits and pieces that we're doing take up too much time. So that's what we're going to do, is that we're just going to release all STLs for free. So the plan going forward now is everybody that purchased the STLs last week, we're going to refund you the money. You probably got the newsletter already saying we're going to refund you the money, and obviously you still got the STLs and step files and stuff, so you can keep them and use them as you go, no problem. But it will just be free for everybody else now. And the people that bought it last week, we really appreciate you jumping in early and buying the STLs and trying it. So what we're going to do for you guys only who bought the STLs, we are going to get the buttons, and we're going to do the buttons how they're meant to be done proper, and then we're going to post them to you at no charge to you. We would hope that you could give us $5 for shipping, but we're just going to post it to you without any charge for the button or for the work. So that will be only for you guys that purchased the STLs last week. So we've ordered the new buttons to come in now. We're just waiting for those to come in. As soon as they come in, Simon is going to put them all together, piece them all together, do all the bits that he needs to do, and then we're going to ship them out to you. So expect your refund to come in by, I'll say next week Friday. It's all done on PayPal anyway. I could do it sooner. I just got so much stuff to do, and I need to go through everybody who bought it and make the list of your details and what I've got to ship you. Nice one. He's doing a test print already. Cheers. Yeah, how you doing, Mondo? How you doing? How you doing, brother? Yeah, so all of you guys that jumped in and bought the STL last week, thank you so much for buying it straight away. So we're gonna, yeah, we appreciate that, and us saying thank you to you is to still send you the button. Now, for anybody else now that downloads it and you want the button, what we're gonna do now for the battery pack, the little 9 volt battery pack, for the STLs, for the wing grip and the roll cage, and for the slinger, we're going to do 3 videos showing you how to put them together so you can do it at home yourself. So when you 3D print your roll cage or wing grip, you'll know exactly how to put the button together. We're going to show you the easy way. It's a bit crude, but it's the easy way, and it will work fine, but it's not the way that we do it. But for you guys, it's going to be easy. And we're going to show you how to do that, and then you can just build your own, test it out, and if you still like it, then you can go to PCBWay or JLC, CNC, and then order the roll cage or the wing grip for about $103. They were the cheapest, 103. And I think $103 is still pretty good, to be fair. Like, you know, it's still going to be the cheapest option on the market. You're not going to find anything any cheaper than that. So, yeah, I think it's really good, you know, that you'll get that and be able to kit out your micro the way you want to do it. So yeah, everything's going free now. So the 9 volt battery pack, we're just going to put a video up on that, the build video. We'll show you how we use it on certain different devices. On the Fujinon TV zoom lens, we use it to power the Fujinon TV zoom lens. We use it to power the Blackmagic Micro, the Blackmagic Pocket Cinema camera OG, to give us an extra 45 minutes runtime, 45-ish minutes runtime. It's really handy, and once you see how to put it together and a little case that we're providing the STL for, there's so many applications you can use it for. You know, just don't try and power anything that doesn't, you know, requires less than 9 volts, because I don't want you blowing anything up. But yeah, we will explain a bit more in the video anyway. And yeah, so now we're going to talk about the slinger. A lot of people have been waiting for the slinger. You know, I do get bugged for it a lot online. And I'll tell you the reason why a lot of these things take so long. And it's all to do with the cost. Because the slinger, if I go into the slinger now, and I'll actually, this will just make it a lot more, it will make it easier for you to understand. Right, so we've got the slinger there, and I'm going to show you the parts that you need to build out a slinger. So these are the parts here. And these are the parts that we were going to supply with the handle when you buy it. So you've got a Abbey rosette here. You've got another double 1/4-20 mount here. So depending on which cage you got. Actually, you can even buy the NATO clamp by itself as well, and it will fit onto this rod rail here. Because you must have seen those ones where you just put the your mount inside and you put the 2 screws. One goes here, one goes here, and then you can adjust it up and down. So that's the rod, and then you've got the top plate. Now this top plate, when you put it on, it connects to this rod here, and then obviously you choose then either your Abbey rosette or whichever mount you've got, and then that will go into the side. So this is what makes it extremely strong. But when we tried to buy this stuff separately, the prices were absolutely insane. So, you know, we're trying to buy this stuff at a very low price so we don't have to, you know, do crazy prices for handles and stuff. Because I'm just thinking about me, how much I like to spend. You know, I spend a lot on gear, don't get me wrong. I get a lot of stuff for review, and I spend a lot of stuff on gear. Yeah, Simon. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, Simon was supposed to be joining us, but he's not well at the moment. So yeah, but I'm glad you logged in, Simon. But yeah, so I don't want to spend too much money on gear. And the thing is, what I found as well is that when you buy this gear, and then sometimes you might get another camera, or you might, you know, borrow a camera from somebody, then some of the stuff is not compatible. So this is why we're trying to make everything cross compatible, that you don't have to, you know, keep buying new gear all the time. So let me explain. Yeah, Shop by Paper Stacks. Yeah, we're still going to offer the slinger on the website for people to buy it. But I'm going to be honest with you, bro. That's going to be like $75 minimum. because obviously, you know, we've got to order the part. I'll get into that. Let me get into that in a second. I'm jumping ahead. So here's the slinger here. And now I'll tell you the way we design it so you can see, you know, how everything works. So I showed you the picture with the rod and the top part and how you put the Arri rosette in. So the rod, you got the top part here, which is sitting on right on the top. Then the rod goes right through the base here. And that is the part where your Arri rosette would screw onto your camera. Now, because everything is built onto a metal shaft, a metal rod, it's extremely strong. It's going to be no different than what you would get from on a normal handle made out of wood or whatever. It is extremely strong. If you follow me on Instagram, you would have seen me slinging this about like crazy, carrying heavy rigs on this thing, and it's absolutely strong. The main points that we focused on here were this top part here and then this joint here at the bottom. Those two are the finish, so we had to make sure they were super thick, that when you're carrying stuff, it's, you know, it's super sturdy. Then, as I said before, we've got lots of NATO rails on here. We've got one here at the back. We've got one here at the front. And so you can put stuff on there. A couple of these quarter 20s that you can see, we're going to take a couple of those out, like this top one here, because we found that it wasn't needed. So when you're building it up into a follow focus type handle, you know, if you've got a bigger follow focus like a tilter or a small rig, then it might not fit on there, you know, because it's going to be close to the Arri rosette. So we thought we'd just remove it so you can put the follow focus controls at the bottom. So yeah, you can kind of build this out any way you want. Any way you want to build it out, put, you know, follow focus on there, or I don't know, different lights, mics, monitors, all sorts of things. You can build it out. Not just the camera handle, but you can build the whole thing out. And as I said, because of the shaft, the way that it goes through the metal, it's going to be extremely sturdy. There's no way it can break. So, as I said, we were going to, you know, make this and sell it for around minimum of around $75, because all of the stuff that you can see on the screen now costs about $36 to buy. $36 or £36. I think I always get mixed up now because I'm dealing with so many different currencies, but I think it's about $36. So all of this stuff you're going to buy here is going to cost you about $36, and it actually comes in a handle. So you're going to buy a pre-made handle, you're going to undo a couple of screws, and then all of this metal pieces will just come out. Then once you've printed your slinger, you're just going to drop that in place of the, you know, yeah, the price is fair. It is fair, considering what you think when you see other handles on the market. And even for just basic handles, you know, we wanted something really multifunctional and to have it, you know, at a good fair price. So yeah, you can see the top part of the metal shaft at the metal part at the top here, which has got the cold shoe and stuff like that. Then you can see the mount going through the actual slinger there. And if you were on my Instagram, you probably would have seen Simon pulling this with pulling a car with this. You know, the way that he inserts the way he does the inserts, it's just crazy strong. But yeah, it's a fantastic handle. It's something that you have to you're gonna have to print and use it to see, you know, what it's like. We done a few finishing touches on here as well, so you can see on the grip you've got like this gun grip lever. That's actually yeah, that okay. We'll talk about the monitor in a sec. That's actually gun grip that that came on there. Sorry, that's been put on there. It's been cut to shape and put on there just to help with the sweat and a bit more grip as well. So we didn't just like print this and then say, oh, here you go. It's a well thought out, you know, handle, very well made. And then we also have the you can see the Arri rosette in there as well, but you can swap that out for whatever kind of mount you want, because there are others that you can buy online. And here you can see we've got we've got the screw here at the top, which is holding the whole thing down into the handle. But as I said, this is all going to be free now. This is all going to be free. We're just going to upload the files. You can download it, print it, and then you can, when we make the build video, we'll put the links in as well. Actually, I think, you know, we'll put the link on the website as well, so you can go straight to AliExpress and purchase that the handle, and then we'll show you a build video. But it's so simple, guys, to make it. It's so simple. But if anyone does want to buy it, we will have you know, a buy option on the website. And I knew I was going to put this thing somewhere. and I wasn't going to be able to find it, but I have to find this. Give me 1 second. Ah, I found it straight away. Right, so slinger. Yeah, we've got the slinger here, but then we've also got another handle here. Now this, if you watch the my second video about the Obspot Tail Air, when I made that studio housing type thing, this is the handle that I had on there. Now, the reason why we wanted to go for the shaft and for the top piece is not only just for strength. It's not, we wanted something strong, because if you're going to be carrying like, I don't know, like a FX6 or, you know, some sort of whatever camera, even if it's a Blackmagic P4K, you know, we wanted it to be sturdy. But also with handles like this, and now it being so sturdy, so strong, you can imagine you can print this in any color you want, any color that matches your, you know, that takes your fancy. You know, having it in red or brown or even like some, I don't know, marble type designs. You can do anything you want. But then if you want to, say you've got another camera and then this handle you think, oh, it might be a bit too big, or I feel like to have a different, more minimalist design, you can take the shaft out of this and out of this, and then I can put it straight into this model here. So it's like you can switch up your handle as many times as you want just by having this shaft and the pieces in the middle. And this is the way, you know, we see the future of gear. You know, that everything is not just, oh, you buy it and it can fit on any camera. We want it so you can change the design anytime you feel like it, you know. And if 2 years down the line the handle breaks or something happens to it, you know, the plastic breaks or whatever, you know, then you can just print another one and then, you know, away you go again for another couple of years. Not that it would break because it's super strong, but away you go for another couple of years. So what we're trying to do is keep the lifespan of these things going. Imagine you've got a 3D printer, you've paid £36 for your metal rods and that kind of stuff. We've given you a base design, the slinger, you know, amazing handle. It will give you a good idea of how handles can feel and how they can be multifunctional, but you can start designing your own ones around it as well. And then you can share those on the community, which is going to just be great for everybody. Imagine a tiny little stubby handle for, you know, for the Blackmagic Micro, or something bigger if you've got like a, you know, like a Burano or something like that. You can just build it out as you go along, 3D printed, and don't even worry about it like thinking that it's going to snap. You know, because as I said, when we think about these things, we think about them hard, like hard. Yeah. So as I said, that's it. That's 7:18 now. We've been on 18 minutes. So yeah, that's it. All the STLs are going to be free now for the Blackmagic Pocket Cinema Camera OG pack, the Slinger, and the STLs for the roll cage and the wing grip. Everything's going to be on the AltCine website for you to download for free. We'll start uploading all that stuff tomorrow, and then you're free to just, you know, do what you want. All the guys that paid for the STL, for the roll grip and for the roll cage and the wing grip, we're going to refund you all that money by the end of next week, Friday, and we're still going to send only you guys the button. For you guys that you're going to have to do your own button, we will do a short tutorial video on AltCinecam website showing you the link for the button, where to buy it, and how to modify it so you can use it on your camera. I'll show you the easiest way possible. Hey everyone, how you doing, everyone? Yeah, so let me read a couple of these comments now, because I want to respond to some of them. So let me just go back quickly. Are you planning to make stuff for other brands as well? I love Blackmagic, but maybe these brands such as well. Yeah, so we are definitely making stuff for other brands. I don't know if I should tell them, Simon, what we're doing with what we decided a couple of days ago. Simon, let me know if I should say anything. Looking for it, makes it. Yeah, I think even if you can't, if you don't want to buy it from us and save yourself some money, just take it to a local print shop or a local store. Someone Ford says look for a local makerspace where you might be able to use a 3D printer, and I think that's the best way, because then everything just becomes so cheap, then so affordable, so cheap. I'll buy the pre-built no matter the cost. Okay, Paper Stacks, thank you. Cheers, appreciate that. Oh yeah, the field monitor power bank combo. Where is that monitor? One second, I've got one here somewhere actually. Oh my god, you know when you just got so much stuff around you, it's just crazy. I don't even know where it is now. But yeah, the monitor. So the monitor, I know a lot of people were waiting for the monitor, but the problem was Blackmagic. And as you know, I've complained about Blackmagic a hell of a lot on the channel. But I don't go in depth on the video, and let me just take this moment just to go in depth on why it is a pain to do things for Blackmagic. Now, we built that monitor specifically for the micro. It was made for the micro because we wanted a small, slim monitor that had, you know, power bank inside to keep everything small. The problem with Blackmagic is the way that the HDMI outputs to certain monitors, it can't work with all of the affordable monitors. There's some great options that we have out there in terms of monitors, but unfortunately they don't work on Blackmagic cameras. I've tried it on so many different models of Blackmagic. Blackmagic just will not accept anything under 50 frames per second on these monitors, and it's annoying because all the other cameras, Sony and Lumix and all those other cameras that I tried it on, absolutely mint. Absolutely works fantastically. So yeah, Blackmagic was a bit of a pain, but I must admit, we are at the end of the road with Blackmagic cameras now. So we're not going to be doing that much with Blackmagic anymore. Simon, let me see if he's answered yet. He hasn't answered yet. So, all right. So as you know, October and November is going to be really busy. We're releasing the CinePi and the Eclipse V2. The Eclipse V2 is not really for sale thing anymore because it's a very deep and involved project, yeah. But we are making a couple for people that, you know, really hounded us for them. So, you know, we're trying to get those out of the way now. But our main focus is on the CinePi. So we're building two CinePis, the Blackmagic V2, and then another special Blackmagic product, and that Blackmagic product that we drop in October, no, sorry, about November, December, is going to be the last thing we do for Blackmagic, the absolute last thing. And then we're going to move on to different brands because obviously, you know, I'm a Sony user as well. I have Canon EOS M as well. And all sorts of other random little cameras and bits and pieces moving into, you know, Super 8 and Super 16 cameras as well. So there is some bits that I would like to do for my FX3, and all right, I might as well say it. There's some things that I want for my FX3. Since I got rid of my FX6, there's some stuff I'm missing from my FX6 which I would like on my FX3. So we're going to try to work out a few things. Nothing like variable ND or nothing like that. Forget all that internal ND. We're talking more body and build kind of stuff, battery power and stuff like that. So we are working on something for the FX3, FX30, and we hope it's going to be really good. But if you let me know what kind of cameras that you're thinking, what we should work on, like, you know, what is there, you know, what cameras are you talking about? Let me see. What filament do you recommend for it? Will PLA do? Yeah, PLA plus. We print everything in PLA plus. You know, sometimes we do a higher wall count, maybe, you know, 6 wall count. You know, can go higher in the infill, 80% infill. But I believe, Simon, what is that one printed in? Because you printed that slinger. How much did you fill that? What percentage of infill was in that? Can you tell us, please? But yeah, PLA plus, I just love the way it feels. It comes out really nice. PETG is okay, but it's a bit, yeah, it doesn't look clean, you know. It doesn't look classy. Yeah, pay what you want. Yeah, we tried the donation thing, Lonely Spec, and nobody donates. I think since we started the donation thing, we've had about 2 or 3 donations. So yeah, it would be good if they did, but yeah, hopefully people will help us. Yeah, Will S. Yeah, we've got to keep the gear going longer. You know, when I was working and you're earning a couple of grand a week, you know, and everything's fine then. You know, you buy gear, whatever, you know, you put it through the business, whatever. But when you're not working in that space anymore, and I know I chose not to. I know it's all down to me. I know I chose not to, and I had to sell a lot of cameras because I couldn't have, you know, 25 grand worth of cameras sitting on the shelf. But I still love cameras, and that doesn't mean I want to go down like in quality. And people think that 3D print. I think people still got this thing about 3D printing, that how it's cheap and it's not good and stuff like that. But when I was out with Simon Cade from DSLR Guide when we went Brighton that time, and we were showing people the Eclipse, and people were like looking at, oh wow, this is amazing. How much you think this costs? Whatever. Nobody could tell. And I'm in it, and if you watch the Eclipse video, you could even see Simon when he held it, how he was like, what? This is 3D printed. Nobody could tell. Even one guy who had a 3D printer, he 3D prints himself, and when we gave it to him, he was looking at it and he was like admiring it. And we said that, yeah, this is 3D printed. He couldn't believe it. He said, I can't get any kind of finish like this. But then again, that's down to Simon, because even with the M Lite, Tom does a fantastic print, but Simon finishes them differently. It's not just raw prints most of the time. I mean, some stuff would be, the Slinger, that would be a raw 3D print, and the BMPCC OG, that would be a raw 3D print. But when it comes to cameras, what we do with the CinePi body and that, we want that. If you get a Red Komodo X and then you get the Alt Cine Eve, the CinePi Eve, you put them together. We don't want there to be any discernible difference to say, oh yeah, that one looks cheap, or it looks cheaper. We want people to look at them and say, you know what, these are both amazing. And because now, the CinePis are using fantastic, well, they're using the same sensors what we got in all the most modern cameras now. So as long as we get the hardware right, and then we get the, the body, the build and everything right, there's no reason why you can't be shooting, epic, projects on the CinePi. Let me see if I've missed any. Yeah, JC, yeah. It was Simon's idea as well. We spoke about it because obviously I have to take Simon into consideration because, I have a lot of ideas, but then Simon is the one that has to spend the hours working on them, so, and bringing this whole thing to life. I do a few things myself, but the majority of all the design and everything else, sorry, the finalizing of the designs and stuff like that is down to Simon, and he spends days and days working on the most basic products. But we want it to be that if when it goes out, that 99% of people are going to find it useful. There might be one or two people that might say, oh, whatever, but most people will just say, yeah, this works well. Okay, let's see if there's any more I've missed. Yeah, Discord, that's the problem, man, with Blackmagic, man. See, the monitor's ready to go. Technically, it's ready to go, but just for Blackmagic users, there's no point. And because I shoot everything now on a micro, I'm just getting back into it on the micro. I just didn't really see it as a priority because it wasn't really working for me in only 50 frames per second. So when we dropped that retro M16 back, you would have probably seen that I said to people that there's limitations with these cheap affordable monitors, but we will still build out another one because the Pixis, they've just released that monitor for the Pixis. I want something similar for the Eclipse, and I mean we had the idea to do one that runs from the pogo pins anyway. We said that in the Eclipse video that we wanted a monitor that you could just put on top and it will run from the pogo pins. So we had that idea a while ago, but now seeing the Pixis one, it's kind of made me think, yeah, I definitely want to do that. But unfortunately, 50 frames and above only. If you own a Sony or anything else, then you're good to go. Are you working off the CinePi V2 software? Simon, where are you? I hope he hasn't gone. All right, Mark Varela. I can't remember what he is. I tell you what. Listen, I just say, look, I would like my camera like this. I do like a sketch, and sometimes put in like a basic 3D print. Then I say to Simon, right, this is what I want. Simon, in terms of CinePi, Simon's looked way more into it. He's the one that's in contact with Chaba about CinePi. But as far as I know, we're using the latest stuff. So we're using the Sony IMX 5.8 something sensor, capable of 4K 12-bit RAW CDNG. I think the Pi is a Pi 5. I think we're using. It's going to be made for a Pi 5. If Simon's here, Simon will fill you in. He knows. He knows all the ins and out of that. Yeah, Discord. Yeah, I mean, like I said, remember though, it was only it's only Blackmagic it doesn't work with. I tried it on loads of different other brands. We tried it on the EOS M, Lumix, Sony. I've even got videos of it on the FX6 on my Instagram and on the FX3 and on loads of different cameras. We tried it. Every camera works absolutely fine. Just Blackmagic. No P4K, no micro, no nothing. The way that they output the signal, it just the refresh rate or wherever it is, the hertz, it just can't handle it. Yeah, 2FRGMN. Yeah, trust me, when we make this CinePie, like I said, we want it to be indistinguishable from a Komodo X. Not in terms of looks, I'm talking about in terms of professionalism and quality. Because, you know, the Eclipse is great, man. The Eclipse is like absolutely stunning. I'm just sad that it didn't get as much, you know, views and stuff as it did. But I knew that the Eclipse was going to be out of a lot of people's price range because I'm looking at indie filmmakers now, people that do low budget movies. I'm not interested in the professional stuff. You know, there's plenty of stuff out there for professionals to buy and use. You know, they got big budgets. We need to now. It's basically what I'm trying to do is look for a 100% working, solid alternative to the EOS M and Magic Lantern. Magic Lantern is fantastic, but it has too many flaws if you want to do professional work. So now we've just got to bridge that gap now from low cost hardware. And when I say low cost hardware, a Raspberry Pi 5 isn't much different in terms of hardware than what you would get in most of the big brands cameras. They've just got obviously a bit more technology going on in there, but circuitry and stuff like that, what you get in a Raspberry Pi is fantastic. So that's what I'm trying to do now, bridge the gap. That if you want to do two cameras, you know, a two cam shoot, if you've got the skills to build it, you know, you could build these for very cheap. But when you're going to shoot this, your movies and stuff, you just be like, yeah, you know what? Look at my setup. My setup is proper. And I know people say that it doesn't matter. I know it's all about lights. We've got, you know, lights. Lighting first comes first before anything. And then even lens. I would say lighting, then lens, and then camera. I would say in that order. But there is something about when you get a good camera that can shoot a good image, you know, and it looks good and it feels good. It just makes you more motivated, in my opinion. You know, if you had a beat down old Fiesta outside, you know, smash windows and stuff, you ain't gonna want to drive that. But if you had like a nice Ferrari outside, it's gonna motivate you to go for a drive. You know, and this is the same way you want to look at, you know, cinematography. You know, I saw another thing on Instagram the other day. It's gone. It's 7:33. Okay, let's go for another 5 minutes. I saw this thing on Instagram the other day when this filmmaker, he was practicing cinematography with his nan, and he was using I think a red and some anamorphics. I can't remember which one they were. And man, this footage what he shot, man, was absolutely stunning. And I was thinking, you know, when in 50 years time, 100 years time, and the family are looking back on that, they're gonna look at that and it's gonna be the most beautiful moments they've seen their grandmother. Rather than just some phone picture, you know, some shaky phone, oh, here's my nan laughing. The way that he got his nan reading and all the lighting he did and all that, man, that was like that touched me, you know, bro. Like to see his nan like that, and you know, all my grandparents have passed now, and it would have just been nice to see them in like watching a movie, sitting down with your family and watching a movie of your grandparents. So yeah, you can earn big money out of cinematography. But the moments that are going to mean the most to you is the stuff that you do with family, with friends, your passion projects. That's the stuff where, you know, yeah, we need to get professional in that space, in a professional headspace. So when we're creating our personal projects, yeah, then everything looks like you're watching a movie. Okay, hype for the FX30 project. Yeah, it's gonna be sick. It's gonna be sick, man. I'm telling you, Paper Stacks, hold on to that, man. Hold on to that FX30. You know that's one of my favorite cameras, and I'm just waiting to get one now, another one now, on a good deal, man. Because although I've gone back to older cameras, you know, I need to get myself an FX30, another one. Nikon, nothing wrong with Nikon, man. Like, listen, forget all that stuff. Like, I done a video a couple years ago, and this is before I even touched the first autofocus camera I had, 4K autofocus, was the Olympus EM1 Mark II. And I've got two videos. I done a night test and a day test. Man, I love that thing, man. Like if you get the settings right and you go out in the daytime or you go into places where the lighting's right, I was blown away, and that was 8-bit, bro. So when people say about cameras are, yeah, that's dead, this is dead, that's dead. Nah, nah, nah. I mean, don't get me wrong. I said the DJI Neo is dead, and that footage, that footage, that offended me. But when it comes to like DSLRs and stuff like that, I think with DSLRs, there's so much more you can do because even a Micro Four Thirds sensor, Super 16, they're still small, but get your lighting right, get some nice lenses, and then you've got your camera. Anything's possible. Nikon, nah, man, Nikon's cool, man. Especially what they're doing now, like all this Nikon Red stuff. Yeah, man, it's going good. And that's what we need, some people to shake up the industry like that and then start dropping prices. And, because if they start dropping prices, then everybody else has to start dropping prices. And then the more stuff that we can afford, we don't feel guilty doing only the odd job here and the odd job there. I want the OLPF for the Lumix S5 II and GH7. They should sell well. How hard... The OLPFs for other cameras, they're extremely hard to make, man. Like, we had one guy talk about us on the group. I don't know why this guy hates us so much on the Blackmagic group, and he's saying about the OLPF. You could just get you could just buy the glass from AliExpress and then cut it yourself and all that kind of stuff. Go ahead and see how it works. We chose the best glass on the market that we could find. Like, we didn't just like get the one glass from AliExpress and try it. We couldn't buy it from China because that stuff weren't good enough. So we had to get the best glass, and then we have to get that cut as well. So unless you've got some big ass factory and you've got the crazy tools to cut that yourself, a good quality glass, it's not easy. It's not easy, man. It's not easy. And then when people expect magic as well, oh, it should clear up everything. And I don't know why this guy was ragging on us like that, man. Because even if you look at the Rawlite one and his tests, he's still got more in his images because it's impossible to get rid of fully. Because if you do, your picture's just gonna look like you're looking through like a mist filter. So yeah, we were very happy with that. But to do that on a large scale for full frame, oh my god, I wouldn't even like to think of the cost of that. That price would just be absolutely insane. Even for us to do that at 175. Yeah, it was low. But as I said before, I like to think when people say, yeah, you should sell it for way more, sell it for much more than that. But I can't sell it for more than what I'm willing to pay myself, And it's like, although I know it's good and it's going to bring a lot of fun and joy and usability to people, I still want to keep it in a space where, Colin, are you comfortable with that price? Yeah, would you buy it for that price? If I say yes, then I will sell it at that price. And generally, I'm tight. I'm tight. I'm like the Scrooge. I've been broke before to the point, bankrupt, where I couldn't even afford to pay the rent on the room I was living in. I said this before. So when it comes to money, I don't throw money around lightly. Everything has to make sense to me. Otherwise, I'm not buying it. And with the camera gear, a lot of stuff, what is expensive, makes a lot of sense to me. But then I think, you know what? This could be done another way. It could be done another way. It could be more affordable. And, once we start doing community projects and then everyone starts uploading stuff, it can grow and grow. But I think our main focus has got to be cameras now. Octopus, they had the right mindset. If you guys don't know Octopus Cinema, they've been trying to bring out cameras for a long time, but it hasn't happened, And it's time now. It's got to be done. Because we think that, when we drop this CinePi, we think that we can produce something equally as good as what's out there already from the big players. Dual mount's available. The dual mount is available. You can get that from 3dfocus.org. Tom Filmatura, who sells the M Lite. That's available on that site. You can get it from there. Are you making a video about it? I hopped in late. I was going to do the EOS M upgrade until I found out about the CinePi. Yeah, this. When at the time when we was doing the EOS M, the M Lite, I used to actually talk to Chaba. Not talk to him. We had a few messages backwards and forwards, and the CinePi, I first saw it then, but it just yeah, it wasn't ready then, in my opinion. And people ask me, Colin, you're gonna build one, you're gonna build one, and I'll say, nah, nah, nah. But now, what I've seen from it now, I'm like, it's time. This thing is smoking now, bro. And I downloaded some footage, some test footage from the CinePie and stuff, and mucked around with grading and stuff like that. It's definitely time. We just now, the hardware just needs to be done now to a very, very high standard, and yeah, that's what we got to do. I would say audio first, then lights, glass, cam. Yeah, I mean audio is very important. Yeah, my audio is always my audio is always dead. But then if you've got, you can people have, some people, if you're doing music video, audio is not even important really. Or if you're doing some sort of piece, classical piece, or a silent film. So yeah, I would say lighting is the first thing that has to be done, because you can fix a lot of things after. In audio, you could, revoice it, or, do some stuff, to do it. There's some things you could do, but if your picture looks bad because of the lighting's not great, then I think you're in trouble. But lighting can turn even like a £300 camera into the most amazing, looking thing. Yeah, CinePie, man, coming soon, man. Definitely coming soon. And, we're dropping some a big surprise on that one as well. Yeah, the M16. So if you again on my Instagram, Fernando, we had the picture of the OL of the viewfinder, and I put it on the back of the expansion pack. But what happened is when we ordered some from AliExpress, we found that the sellers told us that yeah, it'll work, it'll accept this refresh rate and stuff, and it didn't. Then we sent the stuff back to AliExpress, and what do you know? They're trying to scam us out of our money. So it's been like 3-4 months now since we bought that stuff, and these viewfinders, they cost about, we've been paying about £150 a piece for them, and we've ordered three so far, different ones. So you got this money, this stuff that we have to put into this, bro. This is crazy, bro. Just to get all this stuff ready for next month, this CinePie project, and to have something good to show and stuff like that. I've already spent like 2 grand, 2 grand in the last 3 weeks just to get the concepts ready. It's mad. Yeah, Discord. Yeah, we'll get the screen Discord. Do you shoot on Blackmagic? Yeah, no problem, JC. Respect, man. Okay, if the dual mount is that the dual mount you mean is out of stock? Let me go back. I'm sure. Yeah. All right. Let me talk to Tom. I'm going to talk to Tom about that tomorrow. Yeah, exactly, Philip. That's the yeah, man. But yeah, we've got to move on from Blackmagic now, because the thing is, people are asking, can you rehouse this? Can you rehouse that? The rehousing game is long, but starting from scratch with the hardware that we choose, it can be very easy. And people were saying, why don't you release the schematics and stuff for the CinePie? Sorry, for the Eclipse, bro. When you see the wiring and stuff on that, what it takes, it's too much. It's too much. You literally have to. That's why I call Simon a genius, because it's too much. I look at the wiring, that the way he's put all the wires and this and all that kind of stuff. I think to myself, I would never do this, never. So the CinePie, we want to make it into a place where it's just clip, 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 screw down, and then you're shooting 4K CDNG RAW. Away you go. Simple as that. And if a new sensor comes out next year, we want it so you can just take out the old sensor and put in a frame with the new sensor, and then you're away, you're going, you're shooting 5K or 6K. There's so much where we can take this. If we just get that, if we build the body, design it right, that could be a camera that you could have for life. Constant upgrades, but the upgrades are going to only cost you about £100 a time. Blackmagic go from 4K to 6K, and you end up spending another grand, £1,500 to get 6K. Same with everybody else. Why do that when you can spend a couple of £100 on a new sensor, update the firmware on your camera, and away you go? This is the way it's got to be, man. I think what changed my mind specifically about CinePie is when I started to look into the sensor technology more. And I was moaning myself about every camera looks the same now. I shoot with guys that shoot on Blackmagic, some shoot on Sony, some shoot on Lumix. And when we do weddings and events and all that kind of stuff, I was just looking at the image, I'm thinking everything just looks the same to me, like, bro. Like, don't get me wrong, if you're a cinematographer, or you're, one of them guys who are on YouTube and you're just pixel peeping all the time, yeah, you can spot a few things, but everything looked the same. So then when I was told that the CinePies are now using the latest Sony sensors, and I thought, you know what? Now it's time. The software stable. What Chabra has done on the software is absolutely fantastic, stable, intuitive, touchscreen. We've got the sensor now technology. So all it is, it really, as I said in the last stream, we're talking about code. All we're talking about is code, just like what Lumix have done with the ARRI color space transform thing that they've got in the camera. You can technically do that in any camera now. Like you can put that into the CinePi, LUTs, whatever. If you know, yeah, it's time now. Yeah, Discord said he's been seriously thinking about getting into Blackmagic just because it's so tiny and rig friendly. Alternative to that, a Sony FX30. Been looking into BM. Yeah, I mean the micro, it's an annoying camera. The buttons where they are, the fact that you have to have a monitor on top, you've got no choice. You have to have one. You can build it out small, and I've got like loads of different examples of big to small rigs on my Instagram. But it is an annoying camera, but that Fairchild sensor, I've said it a million times on the streams and stuff like that. I'm not the greatest shooter. I'm not the greatest colorist. Far from it. Some stuff I see on YouTube and obviously when we're watching movies and stuff. But let's just stick to YouTube. There's some insane people out there. But with what I feel with that Blackmagic, it takes me, a third of the time I would have to do something in Sony, to get like a good filmic or clean, nice looking image. Blackmagic is just so easy, man. So easy. Yeah, Mark. Yeah, don't worry. Everything will be there. The thing is, we can go even further. We can add things like SDI. We can do, remote record, wireless record. There's so much we can do. Yeah, audio will definitely be there. Don't worry. We're gonna have everything sorted out properly. What we've got to do? So what we're gonna do first is show you the body design that we've made to have it. That's gonna be coming out to you guys. And then we've got to start doing some. We're going to try to avoid custom PCBs. We're going to try to avoid that at all costs. But there might have to be some custom PCBs on there. But as I said, we've got a price that we're sticking with, and it has to be under $1,000. It has to be even way under that. And I'm talking with you buying the body, with you buying your CinePi, your sensor, with all the bits that you need, batteries, everything. It has to come under 1K, and it has to be as good as Blackmagic and all of that stuff in terms of image. So don't worry, we'll get it right. By the time it's ready to drop, we'll get it right. Hi Andy, how you doing, man? Yeah, we have to keep the build quality high. Someone, I was talking to someone the other day who's just built another one of those Cineback things. I think there's probably about 100 of them on the market by now. And, he wants to get his one done. He's got a 3D printed one at the moment, but he wants to get it done in metal, because he's saying that he wants to get out of the noob or beginner, 3D print thing. And I said, yeah, okay, all right, that's what you say. But I would say to anybody, hold the Eclipse, hold the M Lite, and you tell me if these feel like budget cameras, because they do not, especially the Eclipse. The Eclipse looks insane when you hold it, man. But I know we went really overboard on that one in terms of the body, and then we've got the carbon fiber, real carbon fiber panels and stuff like that. But we wanted it to be the best it could be. So, and that's the same avenue. Everything we learned from the Eclipse, that's what we're putting into the CinePi. We want something better than we want the CinePi to look, feel, act better than the Eclipse. Yeah, yeah. Wait, man. Wait. If you're gonna start any CinePie stuff, just wait until we drop the body. Yeah, exactly. Is that Magica? Yeah, that's what we need to get at, man. We need to get a camera that we don't have to worry about no more. I wish my camera's old now. I wish I could upgrade it. Nah, those days are gone, man. We upgrade ourselves. If we want, we want it to look like a Black Magic color space or an Arri or a Red. We do that all ourselves. We can do anything ourselves now. All of these cameras now, what we've got, it's all coming the Sony, the sensors, nine out of 10 cameras all coming from Sony. And it was the same when I used to work in the TV industry as well. Everyone started buying screens from LG. Next thing you know, all the OLEDs, they start looking the same, the colors and everything else. There's no edge anymore, you know. When it was back in the day when we had film cameras, you know, it was all about the build quality then. How well built is your camera? You know, it that determined if it was going to be used on professional sets or not, because it wasn't what was inside, because everyone was just using Kodak film or, you know, some Fuji film or something like that. So most cameras could shoot the same footage. It all came down to what lens did you have and how robust was your body and the mechanisms inside. And now we're at this technological age where everyone's just buying chips from China. We've seen, you know, we've opened so many cameras and we've seen the most basic chipsets inside. It's no different than having a CinePi. And in fact, the CinePi will actually be more powerful than some of the cameras that you're using right now. It's insane. So if all the cameras are using the same sensor, that means, as I said before, all we're looking at is code. Is the code that says, you know, zeros and ones, zeros and ones. This is what's making the difference now. It's not we're using Kodak Eastman film or we're using Fuji film or anything like that. It's just code now. It's code that just needs to be replicated. That's why all of these companies can do all of these Cinematch programs that you can match footage at the click of a button, or, you know, color space transforms and get everything in a close color space. It's just all code now. Off topic, but interesting. I feel I recently added a Zcam F6 to my kit because I have EF lenses from my Komodo. Plus, I love E-mount lenses, so I got the E-mount from Viltrox for the F6. Okay, yeah, Andy, yeah, that's cool, man. You know, I've only mucked around with a Zcam once, and it was pretty good, to be fair. I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty good. The good thing about with CinePi now is that, you know, the MFT mount is I think is pretty much done. And I believe there's an E mount in the works as well. So by the time we get round to doing the Aurora, because remember the Eve is coming first, it's going to be the low cost one. The Aurora is going to be a bit deeper. There's going to be a lot more I/O on the Aurora. We're thinking whether to do that between MFT and it's going to be an APS-C sensor, APS-C size sensor. But we're thinking whether to go micro four thirds or to go E-mount. So let's see what happens in the next few months. But this first one, the Eve, is going to be C-mount. It has to be C-mount. To do anything outside of that is just going to be crazy. But, you know, there's a lot that can be done with C-mount now. And we were looking up adapters and speed boosters and stuff for C-mount. You know, there's a lot that can be done. Starter pack. I think that's what it is. You'll have to go back to the beginning of the stream to find out what's free. My friend printed a body for me already, but I didn't buy any hardware yet. Open source is the future. Exactly. 2FRGN. Is that like an acronym for something? Exactly. Open source is the future, man. Non-Sony 6K open gate camera with E-mount. These questions are flicking so fast I can't even keep up with. Any alt cine products I can pair with the ZV E10? There isn't actually JFX. You know, we spoke about the little budget monitor we were making. We didn't finish making that, but we are going to finish making that. It's a 4-inch. It's the same one what I told people to buy for the M16. It's a 1000 nit 4-inch monitor. Absolutely fantastic, lightweight. You know, great brightness for outside. We're going to be finishing off a proper housing for that soon, a proper lightweight housing for that, which will work with the Sony. We're also doing a small EVF as well, OLED EVF as well. So again, for Blackmagic people, none of that stuff will work, the monitor or the EVF. But there is a few other bits we're going to bring out low cost, because small EVFs, you know, they range in the price range of about, I mean, the cheapest what you can find on one of those little box ones, like from, I don't know, like Portkeys or something, is about 350, 400 or something. Then if you go to like Zacuto with the SDIs and all that, I can't remember what it is, there's Z-Find or something, you're looking at 1,500. So we want to kind of get the Zacuto optics, the Zacuto optics with the Zacuto OLED screen. We've already got them anyway. They're going into two special builds that we're doing, so you're going to see them in October. One of them you'll see in October. And then we're just going to create the body for it, and it's powered from HDMI as well, so you don't even need no power packs, no external batteries, anything. That will work with the Sony. So yeah, that will come very soon. Sorry, I'm looking at the questions and I'm talking. Yeah, that will come very soon. And yeah, we're going to keep that price. We're just going to keep bringing the price down as much as possible, just to try and yeah, just to try and, I don't know, man. For me, it's just sport. I see this as sport, as passion, sport. You know, and I was never into cameras. I got my first camera in like 2016, which was the EOS M, and then I got the Canon 550D. And then since then, I've just kind of been obsessed with it. But I've always kind of had a technical background, so I always have to be doing something, building something, and I just find cameras, because you're capturing so many different things, and it's taken me so many places as well. Just something that I've just fallen into now. So yeah, we're gonna keep doing that. Oh, Mondo, we've got 19,000. Oh, lies. Oh, oh wow, 19,000. That is fantastic. Oh, damn, it is 19. Oh, thank you, everyone. That is fantastic. That is fantastic. Right, listen, we've gone near enough an hour now. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, thank you. All the work is like I said, it's for all of us. There might be some of you that have been here from years ago, from the EOSM days, and I was trying to figure out, cheap ways how to bring this, how to do that, and how to, because everything seemed so expensive to me at the beginning. And like I said, when you've been broke to the point where you're selling your electrical goods to pay your rent, it's a place where you don't want to go back to. So, but then it's such an enjoyable hobby, this filming stuff, and it can take you to amazing places. Yeah, it can take you to amazing places, and it has taken me to amazing places. As I said many times, I'm not the best, but the stuff that it's afforded me to do has been absolutely insane. I'm hoping to give you guys some news soon as well, man. Like, yeah, it's just been crazy. So this is gonna be my life now for a long time. And Simon as well. Meeting Simon, he was the missing part of this puzzle, really, because there was a lot of people that I talked to in DMs and that said that they can help me do this. Some people we never, got sparked up the conversation, because when you get so many messages from people, you kind of forget who it was, what said what. But then there was also a lot of time wasters there. But with Simon, yeah, Simon was just hit the ground running, man, and like he's just been so instrumental in this thing, and he's so smart, man. So bloody smart. It's just great meeting people that are way smarter than you. Always hang around with people that are smarter than you, man. That's the only way you learn, really. Oh, thanks, Andy. Cheers, man. Thank you. Yeah, thanks, Mondo. I appreciate that. Oh, yeah. Thank you. Thank you, Majika. I wish I did have more than that. But it's not even for the, I mean, I'm happy, don't get me wrong, for every subscriber and stuff, but this is not about the subscribers, the likes and stuff. My friend said to me, you need to stop being so strong on your criticisms of certain things and the way that you talk and stuff. He said, you might lose people or whatever. I said, be honest with you, if YouTube went tomorrow and, the social media thing went tomorrow, I'm still going to be me, because my life is not going to change, not one bit. It would hurt. I don't know if you guys saw recently when I did the Blackmagic video, I was in Greece, in Mykonos. And that I went there with a guy that I met from social media, from the camera group, then obviously YouTube follower. We talking for a couple of years. Him and his family went out to Mykonos. The villa was absolutely fantastic. So he just said, yeah, get your flight and come out and see us, spend a bit of time with us. And I went out there and it was absolutely amazing, man. I'm meeting so many people from this game here. Like, a lot of my best friends right now who I talk to on a regular basis are people that started watching my channel. And we hang out, like go studio together, go out, go to family events. And yeah, it's just crazy. Like, all my good friends now are people that I've met from social media. So there is good that comes out of it. It's not just about the numbers and stuff. Yes, to FRGN. This is it, man. And that's the thing. So to FRGN said, thank you for your work. I'm a college student and I don't want to get into some big company's ecosystem. I want my own ecosystem. And I get so many messages from people from all sorts of social media. And I'm saying yeah to people. They say, oh, can you recommend something? And I say, yeah, this is a good one. This is a good lens. It'll cost you like 900 quid. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll have to try and save up for that. It might take me a while. And then we start talking. We become friends and that. And they say that, in my country, I only earn like $300 a month. So when people start saying that to you, but they've got these passions and these dreams to have a good, nice looking rig like everybody else, and they want to shoot, good footage like everybody else. This is what kind of spurred me into doing this whole, when I started doing the Magic Lantern thing. Zeke knew way more than me in terms of how to get the good image and stuff like that. But in terms of technical and how to work with products and stuff like that, that's where my strength lies. So that's the reason why, I'm always saying budget, budget, budget. And, there's, I'll show you. Hopefully this thing happens next month anyway. Basically what it is, a documentary we shot. I did the London shots with a friend of mine. Is apparently it's been hunted now. So, there's some still deals going on with Netflix and stuff. It should be shown in MIPCOM at Cannes next month in October. And also they're showing it at the BFI. So they want to show the whole thing over the 4 days. MIPCOM in Cannes and at BFI London. And apparently, there's been a lot of talk about it. And, a lot of people say that when people come to my channel, you can't shoot nothing on budget gear. You can't do nothing on budget gear. FX30 is horrible camera. It's rubbish in low light. We shot all of our London stuff on the FX30, 2 FX30s, and the Blackmagic Micro G1. Every interview we did, talking head, everything, we shot it all on those 2 cameras. Low budget we shot. But when you see the images, I've showed them before, a couple stills from on the channel. The stills look absolutely amazing, man. Absolutely phenomenal, man. But we had, everything was there. We had sound guy, we had producer, director, we brought in all the lighting. So it wasn't a rush thing like we're doing, like what we normally do. Kind of low, but not low budget. But we had, because everybody had their things to do, gaffers and everything, we had time to get, set things up properly. So even though we was recording in people's houses and offices, it came out really well. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, so just don't go into no ecosystem. I mean, the FX30, I would recommend the FX30 and the Blackmagic Pocket Cinema camera, 4K. If you really want to go into professional work, those two are absolutely fantastic. If you're looking at films and you want a really high-end look, then it's going to be the Micro G1. If you can find one, no more than £400. But really and truly, I think it's time we started doing our own thing. Like, we've got to start building our own ecosystem and showing people what can be done with that, man. Yeah, Fode's doing absolutely amazing. I'm gonna bring Fode back on the channel. He's been so busy because he's got his farm now and he's got loads of animals and he keeps buying every field that's next to him, acres and acres he's got now. So I'm gonna have to bring him back, man. He's doing so well. But let me see that question. Yeah, I'll have to keep it. I'll have to say, yeah, I'll have to keep it real, man. Yeah, thank you, Mondo. I appreciate that, man. Thank you. I appreciate that. And yeah, Mondo, I've met you as well. We met online and we've met in real life as well. Andy, there was a question there. I'm in the really broke phase. Yeah, yeah, man. We can still do it, Mondo. We don't have to spend a fortune. And I know it's easy to say that as a YouTuber because you're constantly getting offered free stuff and that. But that's why I stopped taking it as well, because you'll just bringing all this stuff to people that it's not really needed. And saying that, I've just accepted like 3 more items, but you're gonna see why I accepted these items though. Right, how do you upscale production and gain client retention as a DP and camera operator? Now, Jay, I'm going to be honest with you. I don't have a website. I didn't have anything at all to do that, to get business from. I've never looked for a client myself. And I'll be honest with you, I couldn't advise you in that sense because I've been very fortunate that all of the people that you can imagine that watch this channel, they are DPs and stuff like that. They own studios, they own, production companies. We've become friends and, we've just been taking on jobs. So it's hard for me to give you any, real idea on how to do that. I've never ever advertised. It's always been word of mouth. So if I can give you the best advice, I would just say go and hang out with more camera operators, more DPs. You have to start making friends with them because they're the guys that will get you to work. 1 minute I'm shooting stuff with my EOS M in the park, and the next minute I'm getting paid $3,000 a day just to shoot podcasts. Like I still can't compute it now because again, like I said, I still think I've got a long way to go in my terms of my video work. But the money's there. The clients were happy. Everything was there. But you've got to get. You can do what you want. You can reach out. You can try to shop for new business. But this day and age, it's all about who you know. You've got to networking. It sounds so cliche, but you've got to get in that deep networking phase, man. And when you get in there, just be nice. Be nice. Be happy. Be chatty. Be cheerful. Be helpful. You know, don't never think about this as money. Think about it as, you know, a passion. But sorry I couldn't give you any business advice. But I'm not going to talk about something that I don't know much about. But you know, just make the friends, man. Yeah, I appreciate you too, Mondo, man. I really enjoyed meeting you that day, and I love meeting up with people from YouTube and, you know, social media. I've met so many good people, man. It's been insane. Ah, Neo Gray, nice to see you, brother. Nice to see you. I can't wait to see you. I'm gonna probably see you in about another month now. Yeah, man, and hopefully we can shoot together. Thank you, Mondo. I appreciate that, man. Ford, yeah, I would love to. I would love to, but that's, you know, even when we looked at the, sorry. Ford said, have you considered designing your own optics or lenses? I would love to, but even the, you know, when we was looking at the OPF filters, you know, that is technical, bro. That is crazy technical, scary stuff, you know. I think that's way too, yeah, beyond my skill set. Yeah, way too beyond. I think, you know, making all of this stuff free now, all of these handles and bits and pieces, and any other little bits and that we come out with, is going to free us up to get these cameras running to the best of our ability, the Cine Pies, and then we can carry on from there. Because I think there's so much lens choice that you guys can choose from anyway. Budget lenses, expensive lenses. There's so much that you can, you know, do that. I just think that in terms of camera wise, you know, when we start looking at 6 and 8Ks now, things are getting a bit pricey. You know, if you can start building, you know, like a 4K or 6K camera that does CDMG RAW for, like, you know, £800 or £700 or $700, you know, that's where we got to get to, man. And then just upgrade it when you feel like it. Damn. Sinijara says some Intrepid cameras from Brighton or Hastings just made their own large format glass. I know I'll look them up. I'll look them up and see. Yeah, I'll have a look at that, definitely. Any chats with CG Pro? They have a nice lank. Yeah, we can make that. Fernando says any chats with CG Pro. They have a nice lank C remote for the Micro G1. To be honest, we can make that right now. We can make that controller right now. It's just, if we do, it's just another thing that we're going to take on that is just going to slow us down. And you know, things are getting stressful. Like, it really is getting stressful that we, you know, it's just yeah, not taken anymore. And just the stuff that we have that got the monitor, get the monitor frame ready, and all those other bits we spoke about in this live stream, just get all those out, let everyone, you know, enjoy the bits and pieces. Like I said, we will make some for people that can't make it, but yeah, the camera, once we've done the camera, the two Cine Pies, you know, then I think we're gonna have a lot more free headspace to you know, think about what can come next. Universal mount, that's impossible. Just because of flange distance and stuff like that. That would have to be like a transformer. Like, you can imagine it, it'd have to be something crazy. Like, no, that would be virtually impossible, man. I would like, in the Cine Pies, I would like to do some sort of internal ND. That would be a big goal. I would love to get, somehow, if we can create the space and get an internal ND in there with just a mechanical one, not electronic, a mechanical one. I would love to do that. Might be possible, it might not be, I don't know, we'd have to see. But yeah, we'll just keep cracking on, and yeah, that's it. Right, I think we better stop now. We've been on for over an hour. So just a quick recap. We will get all the files up on AltCine, and they'll be free for the STLs, for the wing grip and the roll cage. They will be free. Anybody who paid for the STLs, we will refund you next week. Anybody who paid for the STLs, we will send you a pre-made button. For you guys that are going to try the wing grip or the roll cage, we will send you the link and do a build video next week on the button, so you know where to buy the button from and how to modify it. It's quite simple. If you come up with another easier way that you think that can do it, then feel free to let me know. That would be absolutely amazing. The Blackmagic OG little 9-volt battery pack, that will be on. Let me show you, because I've been talking about that a lot and I haven't bought and I haven't showed anyone. So sorry, it's stuck on my lens at the moment, but if you can see, we've got this piece underneath here. That is a battery pack where you put in a 9-volt battery. And on the test that we've been doing, it's been powering the OG, the Blackmagic OG, Pocket OG for about an extra 45 minutes. So if you use it with a good battery, you can have an amazing time with that on travels. You know, or if you've got your camera on a gimbal or something like that, it will last so much longer than having to have a big MPF on the top and stuff like that. But we're also finding other uses for it as well. With the Fujinon, I normally have to have this with a D-tap cable coming out, then going into a V-mount battery. That was too much for me because then I couldn't use it. I had to always have a big rig. So then just modified it with the cable, and now I can run it straight into this actually works. If I put a battery in here now, let me see if I've got one charged. One of these might be charged. So we just put the battery in. I bet this one's not charged. It's not charged. Hold on, is it locked? It's not charged. I've got to find one now, so I've got to show you. Ah, don't tell me this one's dead too. Oh my days. Last one. If it don't work, and then we'll just move on because it's spent way too much time already. Yeah, I think these are all dead, man. Damn, I need to charge these. So anyway, basically, when I put the 9-volt battery, as you can see in there, and then I can use the auto zoom and stuff like that. So yeah. Right, last couple. After much deliberation, I'm selling my Micro Studio 4K G2 build. The whole menu deal is getting to be very annoying. Yeah, Lee, I understand that. I understand completely. The menu situation and the buttons and stuff like that. I get it. I get it. Great camera, but you can see why they changed it, because the original one was called a cinema camera. You can see why they changed it to a studio camera now, because it does seem better in the studio. So I totally get it. More money, more problems. I wish. Yeah, no, but for real though. Lee, do you have stick-on buttons? Yeah, Lee. Yeah, Lee. If you haven't tried the stick-on buttons for the Micro, where's my Micro? Oh, here it is. Yeah, Lee. Try the buttons. These stick-on buttons. You'll be able to navigate the Micro without even looking at it. This is a free STL on the Alt City website as well. Stick it on with a bit of 3M tape. I showed it in the expansion pack video, and it makes it so much easier to control without even looking at the buttons. But you might be talking about the actual menu system itself. But if you're talking about the button control, this thing is that will change your life. Trust me. This little button here will change your life. Game changer. But yeah, okay, guys. I hope I haven't missed any questions, but I thank you for joining and all of the interactions. That was absolutely beautiful. Thank you so much. So yeah, keep an eye on the website, and then we'll get all the STLs out. By this weekend, I would say easy. Might be tomorrow, definitely by the weekend. And you guys who bought, refunds is on its way, and that is it. We'll do the build videos for you guys, and then that's it. And then we'll move on from there. But guys, thank you so much, man. Thank you, Nelly. Thank you, Nell. Mondo, thank you so much, man. Zeke, thank you. I appreciate that, man. Oh, that's so nice. Zeke says I'm a true inspiration. I really appreciate that. Erwin says, right, this thing is slow, boy, compared to actual YouTube. Sorry, let me look over here because this thing is slow. Right, Erwin says, oh, the website address is. Let me put it in the chat. See if it comes up. Actually, well, what the hell am I doing? That's the website there at the bottom. altcinecam.com. Okay, Discord. Take care, brother. See you later. Thank you for joining, brother. Yeah, David, thank you so much, man. Okay, everyone. Thank you again. And I think that will be the last live stream for a while now. Let's get all of this stuff uploaded, get it moving, and get all the STLs out and get everything sorted. And hey.